that day she was wearing pink, like kind of like a I don't know, pink on pink and white, something rather kind of like a dress. And then so anyway, that day we had, because every other day here's kind of how the routine of it went. So we were there all throughout the morning. Maybe we went because along the side we went to I went to Miss Traver's room, which was her, which is kind of my special ed teacher, and she was so much nicer than um the other lady at Whittier, which is really a huge part of the reasoning for why I left and moved. Comparatively, um, I um, think that maybe my fifth grade teacher would be a reason that I would probably move. But anyway, so we were there in the afternoon after lunch and all of that. So the routine went that we have um, I usually had we started out having I believe art, and then phys ed, and then music. Well, switch it around, flip flop it. So we had music, and then we had phys ed, and then the art, which was like, I think that was how it went, like the last class of the day. And throughout the year, I knew Mrs. Bresnan, who was the music teacher, and also on Thursday mornings I went to chorus, and I think that the choral part of it uh, really contributed to one of the very positive things. Um, one of the more positive aspects of fifth grade. Um, so yeah, and a lot of the kids acted up, really. So anyway, I think we had music to begin the day, the very, very first day. But now I'm talking about the day. It was a Monday. It was a Monday afternoon, I believe. We had phys ed that day, and my associate was kind of, talking about something kind of funny, and she could say to some of the students there, and then all of a sudden I'm sitting, the lights were turned off, it was sunny, and I was sitting in my desk, in that little table with the little desk, just right beside it. I was looking across this direction, and I was seeing this girl. I think was I can't remember who it was, but she was crying, and so my fifth grade teacher came in, and she asked what's wrong, and she said through her crying that Zane was mean to me, or did or said something mean to me after in PE was and is the abbreviation, which is just unpleasant, but anyway, so she probably asked Zane did it, or something. And then she was crying and then she was hurt by it. The very next moment, a switch turned on. Mr. Hyde kind of turned on. And that was when I saw her get furious. Furious. For the first time. It's like she, I don't think that she'd gotten furious before this point in time. And she had like a booming, firm, very intense voice. She was trudging over, like she was walking like this kind of way. She was just walking just kind of. And then the next thing you know, she was leaning down into my friend, who I felt sorry for, who was sitting. So if I was sitting here, I would be turning this way to see her leaning down in his face, not really getting in his face, but just kind of, leaning down a little bit and kind of getting kind of semi in his face. And she started yelling at him. She was mad at his behavior and, and how it's disrespectful and this and that. And, then the whole thing then turned over a little bit to talking about a chair. A chair. Like a like a blue desk chair. And, these chairs cost, so, like like $1,000, and, you're breaking, the chair, you won't have a chair to sit in, something like that, and, how it was apparently abusing the chair. And then she started walking back this direction, so she was kind of walking backwards, and then she started getting mad at the whole class for how disrespectful they are, and also in Grow, and also to, Miss Brooks and Miss, Jacobs and the other lady, and I was thinking to myself while she was yelling and booming on, I think that the other classrooms are gonna hear you, and I think, don't be too loud for them. So she was booming, and she was just really, really mad, and it just sucked the energy, the whole energy that was good out of the room. So I was kind of taken aback by it. It kind of left kind of a footprint for that afternoon. I went home, and I don't remember ever breaking down and sobbing, and crying going home that day. I was a little bit disturbed, and I probably, told my mom, the teacher got mad or something like that. But I wasn't, too unhappy about the circumstance. But that was the day that kind of set the scene for what would come later. And there were several small circumstances that I can't really remember and that I can't really recall necessarily. But, so I think that the next big thing to my recollection would probably be the day when I had to. I couldn't go to recess because apparently we didn't finish a project of some sort. This was not in my class. This was not in her class, but so there was a system actually where if an assignment did not get turned in on time, there was a yellow slip, and I was thinking, oh, well, shouldn't it be like a red slip and not a yellow slip? Because think of yellow as the sun kind of thing. I thought of that, and that's not a good thing. And that morning, she was going around the desks and she was handing out yellow slip, yellow slip, yellow slip for not getting like packet work done. Apparently. She came around to me, went over the packet work, and she said, you didn't get done. You need to, she said the words, and I was just really, really upset about that, and I just felt like breaking down, and I was not, at that point in time, I didn't have a really good day, and then I told my associate that I did get it done, and I didn't, and she said that yellow slip is not good. Apparently, then I stayed, and at recess after lunch later that day, I would watch an episode of Chow. This was later into the fall. I would watch an episode of Chow Italia about shrimp, cooking shrimp dishes. So that was not very pleasant. And then fast forward more into the fall, near Christmas time, and on a Monday, where I had not gotten work done, for her, and also for Miss Jacobson. So, she, and the interesting thing was I was sitting at my desk and she was having Danny and Gilad, who were, who were my, friends at the time, and Danny really got in trouble. He did get little, things of popcorn and messed the whole floor up and had to clean it up because he did the mess, apparently. But so she was talking to them saying, that you have to go over to Miss Jacobson, for recess, and then come over to me. And I was thinking that I'm glad, and I hope that I'm not part of that. If she says, go to recess, no, you come straight to me. Something like that. And then Miss Wilson was standing nearby, and she said, she's talking to you as well, you're included in this, or something like that. There was one time where I did have to stay in, because it was a group thing, and what did I do? I was wasting my time because I didn't do anything, and that did not make sense to me. That was not very fair, but, so that happened, and then something else happened. It was near Christmas time. I was in, I was in with Miss Bresnan, and she was talking about, we were doing Christmas songs, all those types of things, and everybody was messing around, talking, acting up and not taking it seriously. Um, and she said, I'm going to find a song that everybody knows, that you all know, and everybody was just, just kind of messing around, and I've already said that. And then she told the teacher that, and I walked back and had a good conversation with my, we were in lines at the time, uh, with Mrs. Wilson. I then, she was, my teacher, my fifth grade teacher was trudging behind. And then she came in and she completely boomed. Like, it was like, um, it's like I couldn't hear myself think. Um, um, I'm trying to think of that Thomas and Friends. Hector the Horde. It was almost like Hector the Horde. Well, she was, just, and it was a little bit more intense than usual for, certain. And then she, had, another rampage. And for the people that did not take it seriously, she would be there at recess singing the songs with, for her apparently. And I was not part of that group of people. So that was one thing that didn't work out very well. And that was basically the fall semester, done and done. And then, going on to the spring, going on to the winter time, which would be 2015.